Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our very first virtual yoga class brought to you by the amazing people over at FitPHX. None of this would be possible without our incredible sponsor, AARP. So we really thank everybody for being creative, for being open to new challenges and new solutions. And this is just such a great way to move our bodies, stay connected, continue to come together in a fit community environment. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today is our first yoga class. So because it's our first yoga class virtually, we wanted to not play music here so that we can make sure that you can hear me. And so the chat box is open and being monitored. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please send us a message and we will be responding throughout the class. This is an all levels vinyasa flow. We are going to have some fun. We're also going to focus a lot on the lower back today. We can tend to hold a lot of stress in our lower back especially. And so with everything going on, we thought that the lower back release would be a wonderful way to start the program. So go ahead and get comfortable and let's get started. Let's begin in a child's pose. So we're gonna open our knees up nice and wide, almost as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together, sink your hips to heels, and stretch your arms out in front of you and keep stretching until your forehead is relaxed on the mat. And just take a few deep breaths here. And I want you to take child's pose anytime you need a break during class. So anytime you feel like you'd like to catch your breath or just take a moment, or if you would like to think about something or process something, just take a child's pose, meet your needs. This is all about you. This is your time right now. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, stick your belly out. Exhaling back out the nose, pull your belly in. Make sure your breath is nice and loud and you can hear it. Let's take a few more deep breaths like that. See if you can lengthen your exhales longer than your inhales. And then just return to your natural breath, hanging here, allowing your body to just breathe without trying to change it or control it. Let's do a little body scan right now. Toes to the nose. How are you feeling and what do you need? See if you can take this time right now to set an intention to meet that need, whatever it is. And when you're ready, roll forward into tabletop position. Make sure your knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders. We're going to move through some cat-cows to open up the spine and stretch the muscles along the back. So on an inhale breath, lower your belly down, lift your tailbone up and look up. And from here, see if you can pull your hands to your knees without really moving them and get an even deeper stretch. On an exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone and bring your chin to your chest. Feel a nice deep stretch, especially between the shoulder blades and in the lower back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, tailbone tucks. Keep moving through this on your own, following your own breath. So inhales, drop the belly. Exhales, round the spine. Take your time. Any organic movement here that feels good in your body, do that. Just rolling with it. Feeling yourself stretch out the muscles in the back. a neutral spine. Step your right foot between your hands. Keep your left knee on the mat. Lift up, bring your hands to your hips and turn your hips to the front of the mat, really squaring your hips off. And now start to walk your front foot forward. Keep your knee over your ankle, but keep walking until you feel the stretch in the left hip. One more moment here. And then straighten that leg and fold forward for a half split. You're rolling onto your heel, toes are flexed, your hips are high. Half split can feel intense, and sometimes it can feel more intense than the full splits. So if that's what you're feeling, that's okay, that's normal. Just hang out there, breathing through it. One more time, crescent B, bend your front knees, square your hips off, reach your arms up high. Feeling that deep stretch in the front of the left hip. And then half split, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Release the crown of your head. So much low back has to do with tight hamstrings. So we're going to spend a lot of time focusing on hamstrings today. And rebend that knee and send the foot back. Tabletop position. Step the left foot forward. Lift up, hands on hips. Really square your hips to the front of the mat. And then start walking your front foot forward. Keep your knee over your ankle. But keep walking until you feel a deep stretch in the front of your right hip. Couple more moments here. Opening up. Now half split, straighten your leg and fold forward. Rolling onto the heel, toes are flexed, hips are high. Release the crown of the head. Let it feel intense. This is supposed to feel intense, especially the first one. All right, one more time. Crescent B, bend your front knee, square your hips, reach your arms up. Feel your whole back body firing up here. And half split, straighten that leg and fold forward. Release the crown of the head. Good, and rebend that knee and send the foot back, tabletop position. Let's move through another round of cat-cow just to reset the spine. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, tailbone tucks. Move through a few rounds on your own, following your own breath. Adding any movements in that feel good. And when you're ready, take a child's pose. Knees open wide, big toes come together, sink your hips low. Arms are stretched out in front of you. Taking a couple deep breaths. Every chance you get, checking in with yourself. How are you feeling and what do you need? Then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Working on that deep V shape with your body. Go ahead and keep a bend in your knees so that you can lift your tailbone up, press into the hands, moving the chest closer to the thighs. Remember, downward facing dog does stretch the back of your legs, but it's supposed to be a heart opener. So really work that chest close to your thighs. And on an inhale breath, come high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees and step to the front of your mat. Take a nice wide step, as wide as your mat. Grab opposite elbows and let your head hang heavy. Maybe you're bouncing up and down or swaying from side to side. Whatever you're doing, you're really focusing on feeling your low back start to decompress. One more big breath. And release your elbows. Keep your feet nice and wide. Bend your right knee. Plant your right hand on the mat in front of your face and lift your left hand high. Maybe pop up onto your fingertips if it feels more comfortable to do that. Try to stack your shoulders on top of each other and look up, feeling a deep twist in the low back. And left hand replaces the right. Bend your left knee. Lift your right hand high to the sky, twisting open, shoulders stacking, looking up. Feel the twist in your low back here. And let's take that one more time. Right hand down, bend the right knee, left hand high. Left hand down, bend the left knee, right hand high. And come back into a forward fold. Heel toe your feet to hips width apart. That's 2 fists distance apart. Hanging heavy. On an inhale breath, come up halfway, half lift. Making a number 7 shape with your body. Your fingers can be on your shins or floating. Just plug your shoulders in wherever they are. Pull your belly in and lift your tailbone up. When you lift your tailbone up, you can feel a deep stretch in the hamstrings. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Sweep your arms out and up, upward salute. Maybe a little back bend if you're feeling ready. Bend your elbows, press your chest forward. And exhale, hinging at the hips, fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Shoulders together, belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, sweeping your arms out and up. Little back bend. And exhale, fold. Let's keep moving with our breath here. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Back bend at the top. And exhale, fold. Move through that once more on your own, following your own breath. And just meet me with hands at heart center when you're ready. Take a moment, take a deep breath, reconnect. Do another body scan, toes to the nose. How are you feeling right now? And what do you need right now? Getting really comfortable and familiar with the idea of recognizing your needs so that you can choose to meet them. One more deep breath. And on your next inhale, both arms sweep out and up. Exhale, hinging at your hips, fold. just long enough to zip up through the midline, really pressing down into your hands, pulling the belly in. On an inhale breath, roll forward on your toes, stacking your heels over your toes. On an exhale, bend your elbows, but make sure your elbows are touching your side body. Really tuck those elbows into your ribs as you lower all the way down onto your belly. Keep your hands where they are, under your shoulders. On an inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Squeeze your legs, your butt, your shoulder blades. And exhale, release. Inhale to another baby cobra. Lift your chest, squeeze your whole back body. This time, float your hands off the mat. And exhale, release and relax. Take a deep breath. And on your next inhale, full cobra or upward facing dog. So your arms are straight. Your legs can come open. You're pressing into the tops of the feet a little bit. You're opening your hips. Arms are straight. Now really press into the tops of the feet and lift your knees up off the mat. This is upward facing dog. Both cobra, knees down, and upward facing dog work well. Do what works for you. On an exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Now from here, just drop your knees down to the mat and take a little child's pose. Reconnecting to your breath, your body, your needs. Start to tell yourself something nice. One more big breath. And when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bending into one knee and then the other. See if your back body feels a little bit more open this time. Maybe your heels are a little closer to the mat. On an inhale breath, lift your right leg up and back. Keep your hips level and your toes pointing down. On an exhale breath, step your right foot behind your right wrist. Spin the left heel flat to the mat. Inhale, lift up, reach up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Now, same thing, bring your hands to your hips and square your hips off to the front of the mat. If you need to widen your stance and heel toe your front foot to the edge of the mat to make it more comfortable on your back knee and your hips, do that. Just make sure you can still see your right big toe. Once you get your hips where they need to go, reach your arms up. Pull your belly in. Feel yourself rolling onto the outer edge of your back foot. Love the burn, love the power surge. Feeling strong like a warrior. On an exhale breath, standing half split, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Keep your back foot right where it is. Just like we did at the beginning of class, release the crown of your head and keep your hips high. Feel a nice opening in the back body. On your next inhale, reverse warrior. Bend your front knee, right hand reaches up and back. If you need to heel toe your front foot in a little bit, do that. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. Feel your right side body opening up. A little trick for reverse warrior, turn your shoulders to the long side of the mat, just like when you do warrior two, and then reach up and over. Feel it in a different way. On an exhale breath, humble fold. So keep your feet right where they are and just fold to the inside of your right leg. Release the crown of your head, but keep your legs strong. You should should feel your low back get a nice big stretch here. On an inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your legs. Right hand reaches up and back. Now this time, pull your thighs together without moving your feet. Feel yourself activate your lower body so you can lift up a little bit higher. Your whole side body is getting a stretch here. On an exhale, revolve triangle. So this one might be a little bit challenging. We're going to take our left hand and plant it inside the right foot. Then we're going to twist open and reach our right hand high to the sky. Now, if that feels uncomfortable on your hamstrings, just bump your back foot up a little bit, shorten your stance. Don't push it. If it still doesn't feel good, bend your front knee a little tiny bit. Nice deep stretch in the low back here. So good. On an inhale, warrior one. So bend your front knee, both hands reaching up, feeling strong, making sure you can see your right big toe. And exhale, vinyasa. That means plant your hands, step your right foot back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale through upward face or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just take a couple breaths here. Reconnect. And inhale, lifts the left leg up. Keep your hips level and your toes pointing down. Exhale, step behind your left wrist. Spin the right heel flat to the mat. Inhale up, warrior one. Hands on hips. Make sure your hips are square to the front of the mat here. So adjust your feet, widen your stance as needed. Just make sure you can still see your left big toe and that your knee is over your ankle. Now roll onto the outer edge of your back foot, pull your belly in, and drop your shoulders. Feeling strong, love the power surge, warrior legs. On an exhale breath, standing half split. Straighten your front leg and fold. Keep your back foot right where it is. Releasing the crown of your head by keeping your hips high. Feeling the low back really open up here. On an inhale, reverse warrior. Bend your front knee. Left hand reaches up and back. Remember, turn your shoulders to the long side of the mat. Then reach up and back. Feeling a good side body stretch here. On an exhale, humble fold, folding to the inside of the left leg. The head hangs heavy, but the legs stay strong. Should feel really good in the low back. On an inhale breath, reverse triangle, straighten your legs. Left hand reaches up and back. You're going to pull your thighs together without moving your feet, feeling strong in the lower body so you can reach up a little bit higher. On an exhale, revolve triangle. So right hand plants inside the left foot. If you need to bump your back foot up a little bit, do that. And then left hand reaches high to the sky. And if you still need to bend your front knee a little bit, do that. Should feel a nice deep stretch in the low back here. And on your next inhale, warrior one, bend your front knee, both hands reaching up, drop your shoulders, pull your belly in, feeling strong. And exhale, vinyasa. Plant your hands, step it back, find your flow. If you want to drop your knees, drop your knees. If you want to skip the whole vinyasa and meet us in down dog, do that. So nice. Take a couple deep breaths in down dog. Now we're going to move through that sequence at one breath. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step behind right wrist, bend the back heel flat. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, standing half split, straighten the front leg and fold. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend your front knee, right hand reaches up and back. Exhale, humble fold, fold to the inside of the leg. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten both legs, right hand high. Exhale, revolve triangle, left hand down, right hand high. Inhale, warrior one, bend your knee, reaching up. Exhale, vinyasa, plant your hands, find your flow, make it your own. Take a deep breath in down dog. Tell yourself something nice. And inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, step behind left wrist, spin the right heel flat. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, standing half split, straighten the leg and fold. Inhale, reverse warrior, bend your knee, left hand reaches up and back. Exhale, humble fold, fold to the inside of the left leg. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your legs, left hand high. Exhale, revolve triangle, right hand down, left hand high. Inhale, warrior one, bend your knee, reaching up. Exhale, vinyasa, find your flow. I'm going to take that together a couple more times. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, revolve triangle. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, vinyasa. Find your flow. Deep breath in down dog. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, revolve triangle. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, vinyasa, find your flow. Couple of deep breaths here. Maybe even take a child child's pose. Drop the knees, bring the toes together. Rest and relax. Don't forget to drink water and take as many breaks as you want. While you're resting and recovering, start to tell yourself some nice things. Pay yourself some compliments. And when you're ready, meet me in a downward facing dog. Let's take that 2 more times together, and then you'll be free to flow on your own. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your legs. Exhale, triangle, revolve, triangle. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, revolve triangle, right hand down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, vinyasa. Find your flow. One more round together. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, revolve triangle. Inhale, warrior 1. And exhale, vinyasa. Last side together. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, standing half split. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, humble fold. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, revolve triangle. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, vinyasa. You can either take that on your own once or twice, or just meet me in a child's pose. Listen to your body. Meet your needs. breathe deeply in your child's pose. Whatever side you're on, finish your set and meet us here. Take a few more deep breaths, just really connecting to yourself and to the moment. How are you feeling right now and what do you need? And don't forget to tell yourself something nice. Start paying yourself a compliment. And let's take one more deep round of breath. Inhaling through the nose, let your belly stick out. Exhaling through the nose as you pull your belly in. And when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Keep working on that deep V shape. Keep pushing through your hands, moving your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale up for reverse warrior. Right hand reaches up and back. You're turning your shoulders to the long side of the mat. Feeling a nice side body stretch. On an exhale, warrior two. So this time, really make sure your knee is over your ankle. You're rolling onto the outer edge of your back foot. Your shoulders are over your hips, arms in line with shoulders, and then turn and look over your right middle finger. Feeling strong here, making sure we're not leaning forward and we're not leaning back. On an inhale, star pose, straighten your arms and legs, heels in, toes out. On an exhale, goddess, sink your hips low, hands at heart center. Now, tuck your tailbone, lift your chest, sink a little lower, hands on knees, and let's take a couple booty rolls. Don't feel weird, you're at home alone. We were gonna do this live together in front of everybody, so since you're at home right now, you should really be rolling. Feels so good on the low back. Woo! One more round. Coming back to goddess. Inhale for star. And exhale, vinyasa. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Find your flow. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step between your hands, spin the back heel flat. Inhale up, reverse warrior. Left hand reaches up, shoulders facing the long side of the mat. Knee over ankle, side body stretch. Exhale for warrior two. Checking our feet, rolling onto the outer edge of the back foot, shoulders over hips, arms in line with shoulders. Turn and look over the left middle finger. Feeling so strong, not leaning forward, not leaning back. We're right here in the present moment. Inhale for star. Straighten your arms and legs. Heels in, toes out. Exhale for goddess. Hands at heart center. Sink your hips low. Tuck your tailbone. Lift your chest. Sink a little lower. Hands on knees. Start that booty roll. Nobody's watching. At least not a stranger. No strangers are watching. So get with it. Roll that booty. And also, this releases the low back a lot. One more big booty roll. Woo! Coming back to goddess, star pose, cartwheel your hands, vinyasa. So nice. Take a couple deep breaths in down dog as we set up for pigeon pose. Inhale, lifts the right leg up. Exhale for pigeon. Right knee behind right wrist. Kickstand your lower leg out to the side. Left leg is straight behind you. Fingertips in the mat. Lift your chest. Double check your back knee. Make sure you're on top of it and not on the side of it. And then just wait here for your hips to open up. When they open, breathe out and fold forward. If anything feels sharp and shooting here, roll onto your back, and we can do this in a different way. Just cross your right ankle in front of your left knee. But if it just feels intense, breathe through it. This is a perfect opportunity to work on your mindset. If it feels intense, don't back off. If it feels painful, back off. Few more deep breaths, really letting those hips open up. One more big breath. And on your next inhale, lift up. Bend your back knee, reach for the inside of that foot with your left hand and just pull it closer to your body. Little modified king pigeon, getting into the hip flexor and the psoas. The emotional muscle. All right, release that. Find a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and do whatever you like to do to bring some movement back into that joint. Maybe in a downward face when you're ready. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale for pigeon, left knee behind left wrist. Kickstand your lower leg out to the side. Scooch down with your right leg. Fingers in the mat, lift your chest. Double check the back knee. You're on top of it, not on the side of it. Wait for your hips to open up. And when they do, breathe out and fold forward. Same thing, if there's anything sharp and shooting, roll onto your back, cross your left ankle over your right knee. But if it just feels intense, we're gonna stay here, we're gonna work on our mindset and trust that we can do this. Just breathe deeply. One more big breath. On your next inhale, lift up, bend your back knee, right hand grabs the foot, pull the foot closer to the body. Modified king pigeon, getting into the hips and the psoas. And release that, find a downward facing dog, and whatever you did on the right, do here. Just bring some movement back into the joint. Now come high on your toes, look forward and step to the front of the mat. Bend your knees, sit down, legs come straight out in front of you. Move the feet and flex the feet. Toes to the nose. Inhale your arms up. On an exhale, start to fold forward. Keep a flat back. You're reaching. Your back is as flat as you can get it. And then round and release. Really let your head hang heavy here and feel the stretch go all the way into your tailbone. Letting the breath do all the work. Notice every inhale, you come up a little tiny bit. And every exhale, you sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sit up, reach up. Exhale, keep a flat back. Fold, 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 reach. And then round and release. Let your head hang heavy. Let your breath do all the work. One more deep breath. And inhale, come back up to a seat. Now pull the left foot to the inside of your right leg. Setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, turn to the right leg and fold forward. Now go ahead and bend your knee until your knee touches your forehead. You'll still get the exact stretch you were hoping to get even with a bent knee, so don't feel weird. There's no shame in the knee game, right? So bend that knee. One more big breath. Inhale, come back up. Stretch both legs out, shake them out. Setting up for that on the other side. Take the right foot, bring it to the inside of the left leg. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, turn to the left leg and fold forward. Making sure you bring your knee to your forehead, not the other way around. And just relaxing, feeling the stretch in the low back. One more big breath. And inhale, come back up. Stretch both legs out, shake them out. Now pull your belly button to spine as you slowly lower onto your back, moving one vertebrae at a time. You're moving so slow that you can feel your belly burning. See if you can touch your low back onto the mat first, then your middle back, then your upper back. Once you get all the way down, legs go straight up in the air for waterfall pose. Hanging here for just a moment. Now pull your knees into your armpits for happy baby. Both hands reach between the legs to the outer edge of your feet and then extend your lower legs straight up. Now to make this an even better low back stretch, I want you to pull down with your hands and kick up with your feet at the exact same time. Feel how that flattens out your low back and gives you an exceptional stretch. Maybe you're rocking gently. Maybe you're taking a happy Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, or a full reclining straddle with both legs open, or happy baby pulling down and kicking up. Whatever you're doing, do it because you love it and it feels amazing. And on your next inhale, pull your knees into your chest. Little hug, little rock from side to side. And on an exhale, lower your knees to the left. Most important part, keep your shoulders touching the mat. Don't let your right shoulder lift off the mat because then your back won't be as sturdy and safe. And then turn your head away from your knees. And if you want to take this up a notch, keep your knees right where they are, but straighten your lower legs for an even deeper side body, low back stretch. One more big breath. And on your next inhale, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself another hug and another rock from side to side. Setting up for the same thing in the other direction. On an exhale, lower your knees to the right. Keep your left shoulder glued to the mat. Don't let it lift off. That's how we stay safe. And then turn your head away from your knees. And if you want to take it up a notch, keep your knees where they are, but straighten your lower legs. An even deeper side body and low back stretch. Let's take one more deep breath. And on your next inhale, pull your knees back into your chest. Last little hug, little rock from side to side. On an exhale, find Shavasana. Stretch your legs out underneath you and just let your feet flop open. Feel comfortable taking up some space. Hands are by your side, palms facing up or down, whatever feels right. And always take at least 3 deep breaths to transition into relaxation. So inhale through the nose, let your belly stick out. Exhale back out the nose as your belly pulls in. Take a couple more like that. And just let your body breathe naturally without trying to change it or control it. Stay here in Shavasana for as long as feels right. Don't rush this part. This is the yoga part. This is the connection to self. So while you're laying here, allow your body to absorb all the hard work you just put in. All the breathing, all the mindset, all the opening. Remember, open body equals open mind. You did such a great job. Thank yourself for showing up today, for rolling out your mat or your towel and meeting your own needs. Don't forget to congratulate yourself for that, because that's not easy to do. And don't feel rushed, but I do want to thank our sponsors, AARP, for putting this together, because without them, we wouldn't be here, and this is such an amazing thing to do. And for FitPHX for taking charge of community wellness and doing it in such a wonderful way, even in the middle of all of this, they are here for this community. And I'm Rebecca Fritz, owner of Sutra Studios, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your Shavasana. See you next time. Oh, and next time, there's going to be music and some other fun stuff. So let us know what you think about that. See you soon.